Inside, I meet Carl, the paramedic, who barely survived the disaster. But he stayed here to help, unlike those who couldn't leave faster. He invites me to join his foreign forensics quartet. And he helps me put on my gear, lest I forget. 2 gloves, 2 masks, a smock, and 2 boots. I consider taking a photo. Then I remember the bus full of recruits. We step into the temple, and my eyes suddenly meet the sight of 1,000 cadavers lying in blistering heat. We approach the first body, and the men look down at her. They've done this before, so they chuckle and chatter. I recognize that bikini and the matted braids. Oh my God, it's the exact same lady from yesterday's escapades. I want to tell someone about this random chance, this happenstance, but I just stand there, stuck in a trance. The maggots today, they're plumper and thicker. Unlike the movies, they move so much quicker. I see one beneath me. I squish it beneath my heel. Split it in half, I imagine it squeal. For the next several months, after my trip, I jump in surprise every time I see little motions out of the corner of my eyes. I pretend that I'm on a fishing trip, and I'm just hauling back our fresh catch from the ship. Take a fish, flip it over, take a picture, put it in the bag, zip it up, mark the bag, bring the bag onto the cart, push the cart over to the freezer, drop off your bags, bring the cart back. It's so easy. The next morning, there are rumors going around. Seriously? One of the foreign volunteers has died mysteriously. My good friend Wang asked me to join him in delivering supplies. So, he wants me to navigate and be his eyes. We take a gigantic open-air truck to the airport. We fill it with bottled water, clothing, and medical support. I sit up top and I stare straight ahead while the other volunteers gather in the back of the truck bed. I keep sneaking peeks at this girl whose face is obscured by sunglasses and a red cap. I'm so allured. She takes off her cap and does that thing girls do with their hair. Oh man, I'm falling in love. I can't help but stare. I imagine myself wrapping my arms around her tightly and kissing the nape of her neck, ever so lightly. Whisper sweet nothings. Oh, take it easy. What's going on? I swear, I'm usually never this cheesy. But these past few nights, when I've returned home, never in my life have I felt so alone. The lady approaches me during our lunch break. She sits down right next to me, stares at me while I do a double take. She says, "Where are you from?" We talk for an hour on the way to our next destination. I finally feel like I'm on my vacation. Turns out she sells real estate in Bangkok. She came here all on her own, and she has to go back to work, so tomorrow she flies home. We hit a bump, and just for a moment, her back rests on my shoulder. You have no idea how bad I just wanted to hold her. We arrive at Wat Yan Yao, and they need me to volunteer. So I tell my friend, "Why? You guys gotta go on. I'm gonna stay here." He looks at me confused. He says goodbye and he sighs. He was trying to protect me from the temple, I now realize. Inside I'm wandering. Carl finds me. "What are you doing?" he asks. I'm just waiting for someone to give me some tests." "Well, let's go find something to do," is the simple reaction. And I learn a lifelong lesson. True leadership is action. Later that night, we returned to City Hall, and the volunteer coordinator, Tony, is smiling for the first time I recall. "Everybody, The Thai military has arrived and they will finish the rest. So us foreign volunteers, we don't need to be stressed. As raindrops fall down on the City Hall grounds, I walk around, but she's nowhere to be found. I spend the next day decompressing and writing emails that aren't too depressing. When my dad writes back and says that he's proud, it's like a bright light has pierced through this dark, lingering cloud. I speak with several international news interviewers. One of them asks, "What's my resolution for New Year's?" Well, I only have a limited amount of time on this earth. I want to use my opportunities towards those goals of great worth. I want to not waste my life. I want to make every day matter. I want to help other people and make our world better. Don't waste your life. Make every day matter. Help other people. Make our world better. Thank you all. That was the greatest learning experience of my life, and I really appreciate Makumbo inviting me here to share it with you. I just want to say a quick few things. One, there's a couple folks in the audience here I want to recognize. I have a lot of friends out here in DC who remind me of all the great people I met in Thailand. But there are a couple people who actually volunteered as well. One of my friends, Nicole Zersi, is sitting right here. Her and her roommate, Stacey Carpenter, they were in Thailand for a couple of months, right? A lot longer than me, and they're awesome people. Also, another one of my friends and roommates, Teo is sitting right here. She was actually she was in Cambodia the same time I was in Thailand, and I visited her right after. And I don't think I ever told you this, but I really needed that psychologically to be with one of my good friends after that experience. And finally, I want to make a quick plug for an organization I'm a part of. I'm one of the co-chairs for the DC chapter of Young and Powerful. You guys might have heard of them. They did a lot of organizing and volunteering for Obama over the past couple of years. And we're doing a lot of cool stuff. We're doing career service panels. We're joining the Beautification Day and helping clean some public schools this August. And we're doing a lot of stuff in September for CBC, the Congressional Black Caucus Week. So if any of you are interested in joining us, we're looking for leaders, people who want to contribute and be a part of our movement. So if you're interested, come talk to me after the show or send me an email at supermovement@gmail.com. Once again, thank you all very much, and thank you for listening.